Well, well, well. Hello there, my little morsels. And welcome back to another Destiny 2 stream with yours truly, the greatest radio host of all time, Seth Garbage. Reporting live from the Great Plains. What's going on, everybody? Lots of new changes here on the Destiny gameage. As you can see, I'm back on my Titan, just trying to come to the tower and get some new stuff. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is excited about the new things that are coming up from Bungie. I do have to say that I have been grinding very ceremoniously with Destiny 2 nowadays. Haven't had a break. Haven't had a good time to rest. But I'm back anyway, and I'm glad that you guys are back with me. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't given yourself the bell, make sure you do that too. Anyway, guys, so I'm here at the tower, and what you're looking at here is the Tower Obelisk. What is the obelisk? Well, I'm glad that you asked. So this is kind of the new thing that they're doing with the season of the I don't really remember the name. Anyway, you've got these kind of tower, you got these obelisk things in different parts of the galaxy. There's one at the EDZ, there's one in Nessus, there is one in Mars, and there's one in the Tangled Shore. So they have a bunch of bounties here that you can pretty much get good rolls for weapons. So I've kind of been learning a lot and doing some research and trying to figure out what makes a good god roll. It really depends on the player. So what they have here are Last Perditions, Infinite Pass 8, some old, some new weapons here, Gallon Charge. They also have the Traveler's Judgment 5 from the Osiris campaign, a new Scout Rifle, Patron of Lost Causes, sure to wet your whistle, and a hand cannon called the Jack Queen King 3, and I think that's from the Osiris one as well. Then they have this nifty, wonderful, amazing auto rifle, Steel Feather Repeater. We've got a Black Scorpion here. That is also a automated scout rifle, I guess. Sidearm called the Breachlight. Not really a big fan. The Line in the Sand linear fusion rifle. That's it. Yes, thank you. This one's pretty good. My all-time favorite, the Bygones. Really great kinetic pulse rifle. And we have the Martyr's Retribution, which is I believe this is a grenade launcher. Now, up top, you see here some new kind of stuff here. So this is the Pyroclastic Flow. I'm going to grab one of these. So, as you can see, there is a new, how do you call it, currency here called Polarized Fractaline. Interesting name. So, right now, I have about 20,300 of them. So recently the Bungie community was kind of given the task of donating fractalines to power up the obelisk tower here, and we're not sure what it does yet because we're still kind of like looking at all the details of the new season. But I will say this, that this is kind of a nifty thing where you can actually grab some of these bounties. Unfortunately, the limit is 4, but I'm just going to kind of show you how this kind of works. I'm going to grab 2 Last Perditions here. And after you grab 4, you can see that they are blacked out. So here's what you can do. You can go for the first page. If you haven't done this already, it says in here, Empyrean Donation. So I have about 18,940. So if you go ahead and donate once, twice, tres veces, for all my Spaniards out there, and one more time for the Quattro, you've got, not male, not male, you've got completed bounty. So I'm going to go to my quests here, and with 400 Fractaline donations, look at that. I didn't even have to actually do the bounty itself. So I'm going to go ahead and claim them and see what kind of rolls I got here. And if you're not doing this on a daily basis, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to get it together. So if you go into the menu here, and as you guys can see, I kind of mentioned before that I'm back on my Titan, was doing some hunter game gaming very, you know, for a few months there. And I must say that I'm a hunter main for life, but I had to go back to my Titan and just show you all of this yummy goodness. So I see here that I have, boom, 2 last perditions. Pretty good, right? So I'm going to go ahead and check the stats, and lo and behold, I don't like them. Moving target's pretty decent, I guess. Auto trigger system is pretty good, but I feel like these things could be a little better. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to, you guessed it, not sell it on eBay. I'm going to dismantle it. And look at that. I get pure matter glass something and some gunsmith, but more importantly I got 4 legendary shards. So you can pretty much do this to your heart's content and get a lot of legendary shards, get some gunsmith materials and anything else that pretty much floats your boat. And just to kind of give you guys an idea of how time consuming this actually is, I literally spent a few hours doing this and I ended up with 1,660 legendary shards. But enough about me. I'm going to go ahead and look at some of the caca gear I have here and get rid of them, and then show you this brand new rocket launcher. Pretty cool, pretty cool stuff. It's got Underdog, which is a new perk. This weapon gains a boost to reload speed as your health gets lower. Pretty good if you're kind of rocking the red on your shields. And auto loading holster. But again, I don't really like this roll, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Now again, you guys can do this. It is a bit tedious and time consuming, but I guarantee you'll be stocked, locked, and good with material. Let me show you my pyroclastic flow that I kind of like here. I got one with cluster bomb, which is really good for those extra enemies that are kind of just roaming around the place. And then, you know, Underdog. I kind of put a targeting adjuster here, and this actually enables me to lock on. And that's pretty much it with the pyroclastic flow. So I also have here a few new things. I got this from the Menagerie, the Callus Mini Tool. It is a nifty submachine gun with Feeding Frenzy. Kills with this weapon increase reload speed for a short time. And dynamic sway reduction, which is pretty cool, I guess, because it makes sure that you don't sway. And I kept the ricochet rounds here, which is really good. And then back with us here for this season are the overload rounds. So this season is a little bit different from the previous. This one, we have the Lantern of Osiris. So I kind of learned how to use these artifacts already, and they're pretty good. The Anti-Barrier Ranger you've seen before, the Unstoppable Burst, the Unstoppable Arrows, the Unstoppable Overload Rounds, excuse me. And then we got a few perks here, which are pretty new. This one is called the Unstoppable Schwarzschild Condenser. Void melee ability, stagger unshielded enemy combatants. Then we got a sweet thing for all my chicken lovers here, the Tenderizer. And the Tenderizer, what this does is staggering any unstoppable champions temporarily boosts weapon damage for all your players, which is pretty good, I think. And then we've got the Solar Plexus here. Increases damage of all solar melee abilities, and then you gain super energy from performing finishers. But I'm not too crazy about finishers. I kind of think that they a little overrated, but they're pretty cool. And then we've got Guardian Angel. So it grants a chance for you to generate healing orbs when you get scout rifle, sniper rifle, bows, and linear fusion rifle precision kills. So where do we put these things? We put them in my all-time favorite Bygones pulse rifle primary. And right here, I kind of use this anti-barrier mod, and it'll help me with anti-barrier champions. Now, this particular roll, I must say, is just delectable, if not delicious. So I've got Rampage here, and then kills with this weapon temporarily grant increased damage. And, of course, Outlaw, your precision kills greatly decrease load time. I kind of went into a bit of a problem here because I masterworked my old Bygones and ended up hating it because I got a better roll for the Bygones here. Quick thing I just want to mention here, I just want to also take a look at the Steel Feather Repeater, excuse me. A really good auto rifle. It's a 720 per minute with a 59 mags. I put a nice little backup thing there. And this one you can actually use overload rounds. Kind of chose not to, which is fine. Main perk is the Feeding Frenzy. One of my favorites. When I get a bunch of kills, I could reload really quickly. And then because I have the quick reload, what better to pair with it than a multi-kill clip? Reloading grants increased damage based on the number of rapid kills made beforehand. And I've got to say, guys, that this auto rifle is the tits. I mean, it's a really good auto rifle. It could be a little unstable at times, but I really feel like Titans were kind of made to handle auto rifles, and the better kind of perks you have for example, I'm going to show you on my gauntlets here. So I have here the greatly increased reload speed of rifle class weapons. So that's pretty much any rifle, whether it's scout rifle, trace rifle, auto rifle, you'll increase the reload speed for that. So you'll notice here that, again, I'm not going to go into the armor stuff because I talked to you guys about that on the previous stream. And if you don't know Armor 2.0 right now, then I don't know what to tell you. But as you can see, I try to keep it very, very, what's the word? Decent and simple with my armor loadouts here. And I just also want to kind of, bring to you the attention of some changes that have been happening. So there have been a lot of nerfs. There's been a lot of things that have been buffed. There have been things that have not been used anymore. As you can see, I can't use the Worm God Caress because people have been one-shotting raid bosses, but that's none of my business. So I kind of recently got Code of the Missile a few months ago, and I didn't really think anything of it until recently. So I just want to show you the two main things. So Ballistic Slam here is basically going to take the place of your melee. So after sprinting, you can leap into the air and press R3 to slam into the ground. And then you've got this impact conversion, which says you gain super energy from hitting enemies with the Ballistic Slam. So here's the kicker. You're going to want to pair this up for all my Titans out there with the insurmountable, I'm sorry, I mispronounced that, insurmountable Skull Fort. Here's what this baby does. Transfusion Matrix. Kills with arc melee abilities trigger health regeneration and restore melee energy. So, I'm not one to just talk. I'm one to show and prove. Let's see how this works in PvE, in player versus everyone. So where should I go? So the last place I was at was the moon, but I feel like I've showed you guys that before. Let's go to Mercury. And the reason why I want to go to Mercury is because I'd like to show you this new activity entitled the Sundial. Now I just actually did this on Legendary with my awesome new clan. So there's levels to this, and normal you can do it with matchmaking, and then legend you can actually do it solo, and it gives you a bunch of different stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it normal because I don't want to lose. And this week is Void Singe. Now even though it's Void Singe, I'm just gonna show you guys how beast the arc class for the Titan, mid-tree Titan is. And of course we've got the barrier champions here and the unstoppable champions, and I have mods for both of these, which I will show you in just a minute. So we're gonna go ahead and launch into this activity. I think that this is a really fun activity. I think that this is, again, kind of close to what we were seeing with the Garden of Salvation in the previous season. Not gonna lie though, I definitely missed the Garden of Salvation. I think it was a very fun activity. I think it was a very rewarding activity, and this particular activity actually doesn't give you as many rewards as the previous season, but c'est la vie. I'm just gonna show you, when you guys see those symbols, the triangular thing and the square thing. So here I have the anti-barrier ranger, which is the triangular thing on the pulse rifle. I'm going to go ahead and switch out my hard light, which I will talk about in a few minutes, and I'm going to replace it with the recluse. This gun I really grinded for, guys. I'm not gonna lie. They just nerfed it, which is, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. It is. It's disappointing. But it doesn't take away from how good the gun actually is. I went ahead and put overload rounds on this bad boy, and this really helps against those barrier champions. So you just take a look. Regular recluse submachine gun. Everybody kind of knows what it does. Ricochet rounds, feeding frenzy, my personal favorite, and of course master of arms. The really good thing about the recluse is that the kills with this weapon improve the other weapon's damage for a short time, as well as this. So when you get kills with this weapon and then you switch to your primary, you can still get that bonus damage. I also want to show you guys the Leviathan's Breast. I mean, excuse me, the Leviathan's Breath. So this one is a heavy combat bow that was just released. They kind of, screwed the pooch on this one because they kind of just gave it away to everyone. But I'm not going to complain because I really do like when I get things for free. So, Big Game Hunter. This fires a massive heavy bolt that staggers unshielded enemy combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. So, I have all three types of rounds that I need to have to be successful in a gameplay such as Sundial or Nightmare Hunts or various Nightfalls, because they do have the same type of bosses, mini bosses if you will, in the Nightfall activities as well. So this is kind of recycling Mercury if you will, but it's a lot better, I must say. Alright, let's get into the festivities here. And just waiting for the enemies to spawn in. Oh, here you get to place a nifty raid banner, which I'm always fond of. Rally to the flag, and boom, we've got ourselves maxed everything. So, check this out. I'm going to kind of go ahead and jump here. Ballistic slam, and bam! Got my arc melee back. Isn't that amazing? I mean, this is really, really something here. Okay, so again, I know this is kind of, you know, void burn, which is cool. You really want to kind of, I think what would be a little better here is to go with the solar or the latter. Alright, remember the Recluse is a 900 round minute burst, so you're really going to be kicking it to these enemies. Want to watch out for those guys with the gasoline Jansport bags. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of kablooey this guy, and I did a lot of damage. Well, so he put his shields up, boom. I go right to my barrier bygones, and boom, we've got ourselves a defeated, wow, a defeated Overlord champion. I mean, am I good? I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. And that empowered that you see on the left-hand corner comes from some of the mods that I put on my armor. I'm not going to really get into it. And as you can see, if you saw very quickly on the left-hand lower corner when I got those consistent shots on the enemies with my Recluse, the overload shot kind of kicks in, right? So this is the Leviathan's Breath. It's pretty cool. It's a giant, looks like a giant bike chain is what it looks like. This is the Sundial. Apparently Osiris invented this. I mean, I don't know. I don't really like when guys take credit for other people's inventions, but whatevs. Okay.
The Cabal have repurposed the Traveler as a weapon.
So now what drops in the middle here is your main... Whoops, sorry about that. It's what drops in the middle here is your main Cabal shield person, and then you've got these kind of lackeys over here in the front. Let me go ahead and fully charge my bow, and bam, 30,000 damage. Oops, sorry about that. And then I'm going to grab this again, and bam, 30,000 damage. See how he puts up his shield, and that's when you whip out your anti-barrier bygone raffle, and you can make sure his shield is no-mo. This activity requires a lot of, I guess you could say, strategy. You got to kind of kill these glowing things and hope they don't murder you to oblivion. And what these guys have, okay, got kind of slashed me into a few pieces like Raiden did there, but if anyone could come and revive me, that would be awesome. But as you can see, pretty cool activity, even though I kind of got killed and taken away from the exciting part. But there's a lot of stuff going on here, and there is a crap ton of Overload champions who are just kind of coming out of the woodworks here. So this was something similar we saw in the previous season with the Vex, and now we've got these Cabal guys here, and I don't have to tell you the rest. So that Incendior kind of person here, you see how his shield has the squirrel thing written on it, the squirrel. So that's when I could whip out my heavy Leviathan bow and send him packing. And boom, staggers. And then I got this thing called Tenderizer, which is really good. Oh, so staggering is really good too. I kind of don't want to forget that. And taking care of these opponents is good. So if you grab that little thing here and you throw it into the guy in the middle, it brings down this, you know, Death Star fire kind of thing, and it pretty much you pretty much have to break the enemy shield to, you know, I think we have about what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something like that. So all these activities are timed, which I guess is pretty cool. You know, the ballistic slam is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the relic. I want to run away because these guys are kind of doing me some harm here. And then, booyah, throw that right onto the warden here. And boom, the boss is defeated. Hallelujah. Yeah, I kind of did myself a disservice by choosing Arc, but I kind of wanted to make a point here, guys. I think that one of the best, and then boom, ballistic slam, Kalao! Look at how much my super meter just jumps up with all of the sweet, tendery goodnesses that supers deliver, I mean, it's just wonderful. So a lot of good changes, I think, to the game. And they will continuously change until we are kind of old and gray, if the game lasts that long anyway. But nonetheless, I think it's still very, very enjoyable. Okay, this guy needs to go somewhere. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me kind of get out my super bow again. Oh, don't need to. Alright, that's what happens when you play with a really, really good team. And as you can see, I'm getting really good tenderizer stats, and you know, from the previous armor mods that you saw me kind of equip. So make sure that you kind of, you know, they're making the game, I think, a little more technical than it was before. I mean, one can argue that it's always been kind of technical, but I think they're really, really trying to go hard at making the mechanics of the game, I guess, challenging, a little more complicated and stuff like that. So definitely do your research. I know that I've been kind of YouTubing a lot of different players just to kind of get different ideas on how to improve and just kind of get better, because there's a lot of things that, as you know, PvE player, I'm a primarily PvE, but there's a lot of things that a PvE and a PvP playing can really, you know, give you a lot of benefits. So, oh, I'm gonna get sliced. God, these freaking gladiators, I hate them. Okay, enhance your calm, John Spartan. Enhance your calm. One thing I really dislike heavily about these activities is the lack of allies who respawn you. As soon as I see a player down, the first thing I do is I reach for that score button. Boom. So as you can see, I got my super like 2 or 3 times in one sitting. So that, I think, is really significant, especially because of the way that they really kind of nerfed how much. So this is what happened with your absorption of light orbs. You get a lot less super energy than you did before. I remember, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, I remember getting at least maybe 6 or 7, 8, 9 max orbs, and that would just completely restore my super. But alas, tisk tisk, that is life. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to another new thing I discovered about the Titans. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Doomfang pauldrons here. This is the base armor, the base gauntlet mod that you get, and I'm going to go to the bottom tree Code of the Aggressor here. This is really good to pair only with the Doomfang pauldrons, and I'm going to show you why when I get my super in right now. Alright, so check this out. I'm going to go ahead and cast it, do a Captain America shield throw, and bow, got my energy super back. And then you get 2 shield throws. Boom. You get 2 shield throws, and then your super goes up as you get shield throw kills. I mean, you could potentially have your super for about a minute. And as you can see, each shield throw, it's giving a lot of energy back to my super. So I'm just going to kind of make sure, and then when you run out of shield throws, you just make sure you kind of give your enemies that melee shot. And as you can see, the shield it charges very quickly. So I'm kind of messing this up a little bit because there's not that many enemies left, but as soon as I get my super again, you're going to see how cool it is. And I love that void wall grenade because I feel like it's just it's a grenade that continuously damages the enemies, and I think any kind of grenade that continuously damages enemies is a good grenade to me. So go ahead and pair that recluse up. All right, kill me some enemies, make some make a mess. All right, that continuous void burn here to this thing. And one thing I really like about the bottom tree void to Code of the Void, yeah, they got this cool shield badge, which I'm going to demonstrate again, and it's a really great thing. Right, and as you can see, I mean, look, my super meter it's filled again, kind of, you know. So there you go. So hold on, get that Barrier Ranger out, and boom, pierce the champion. I'm gonna go ahead and look at that. That is just beautiful. I got about 2 minutes. Go ahead and cast the super again. Look at how fast the shield charges. I mean, this is amazing. Look at that. I'm going to kind of make sure that... No, I didn't want to... Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, I guess I gotta... Oh, man, as soon as I grabbed that stupid battery, my super ran out. Lord have his mercy. That sucks. What a bunch of hot dog eaters. Jesus. I'm very upset. Very upset, America. Very upset. Whatever. At least I'm enjoying the game and not getting my ass kicked, right? This recluse is really good. Even after the nerf, it was really good. Look at that. You can't argue with those kind of results. Look at that. I'm plowing through these enemies. All right. I honestly have to say that Void class is by far my favorite. I feel like for every single class, especially the Night Stalker class, Lord, I've learned some things. I have learned some things. I tell you, I've learned some things. I'm going to get into that in another stream. I also am reinvesting into my Warlock because the Warlock class is another class that's gotten a few buffs in recent days. So you guys definitely should pay attention to some of the buffs that have been happening with each classes. More specifically, the Solar class has gotten a really, really good buff. I'm not going to show you right now because, you know, it will take away from the sweetness of the Void. So this new boss here, they had a bunch of bosses for each, I want to say each month or each week. No, maybe a month. So this particular boss is like a triple... how can I put this? I guess he's like a triple threat with all three elemental burns, which is fine, but it kind of makes it a little challenging because even with the modifier for the current week, it gets a little off. So when you see that little lightning thing come down, you want to get the hell out of dodge because that thing will murk your entire squadron, and I don't say that lightly. Alright, so what you got to do here is you got to stand on these little plates. This plate is a little easier to stand on right now because we've got a awesome Warlock who put down his Well of Radiance, but this is the other one over here. Oh, no, not this one. It's the other one. Is it the one in the middle? Oh, crap. Watch out for these shields. As soon as you get into those shields, you want to shoot the other part, and then that is his solar attack. It's like a meteor rain of dookie pellets. That's the, I mean, I don't know what else to call it. Oh man, okay, I gotta fix my submachine gun reload. Oh, that's a, okay. Go ahead and whip out that Leviathan's breath and pow, right in the kisser. Pow, right in the, oh damn it, I missed. Another pearl necklaces. Pearl necklace. I honestly do not play as well on my Titan as I do on my Hunter. I'm going to be dead honest about that, but just kind of, just for the sake of variety, I decided to play with my Titan. Quick reload, that Feeding Frenzy is doing what it's supposed to. So this is a good way to shield bash the, damn it, I wanted to shield bash this guy. Alright. And should I? Maybe not yet. Oh, Lord. So this is where he releases... Oh, crap. It's arc. Gotta avoid that at all costs, friends. At all costs. Oh, he's got his eyes on me. I'll kind of whip this out and see if I can get a 30,000 damage. Crap. Oh, man. Those Titans really do have good hang time, though. Gotta say. Warlock's not so much because I feel like when you're in the Warlock class, you become like a target. Oh, detained again. Oh, man. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw my shield around here. Alright. I think we can get him. Oh, damn it. Freaking got immune again. Damn it. Look at that shield throw. Man, I am Captain America on steroids. Look at that. In this mode, I think he's a little easier to beat. So what you want to do here is... Ah, dang it. Come on, come on, come on. Don't let the super die. Crap, I'm going to... Booyah, let's see if I can get the hits. Yes, you see how much my super increased? Lord, oh my god. Look at that. You could see on the meter. If you guys don't see it, I don't know what to tell you. Even, not just kills, just hits. If you get the shield hits, you could extend your super for a minute here. So that's a really good thing. All you really have to do is make sure you're actually getting the hits. So I think that that's a pretty good... Oh, crap. We gotta get away from him. I think that's a good indicator of how good the Doomfang pauldrons really are. Let me go ahead and give you a wall here. Or, oh, crap. Okay, I did that for nothing. Be a little more strategic. Be definitely more strategic than I'm being. Oh, okay, so it's in the middle here. Where is... Oh, man. On Legendary, this is really, really fun, but the only thing is that on Legendary, if everybody gets killed, your whole team basically wipes. So, oh, there he goes with his spam again. I'm gonna go ahead and kablowy this guy. Oh, okay, I think we got him. Oh, no, we didn't get him. Okay, now we got him. Beautiful. Ooh, cool. I got a Righteous helmet, and then I get some polarized fractalines. So it's a little more complicated to explain this part of the sundial, but I'm just going to quickly show you the good stuff that you get for rewards. So I just learned that as soon as you come to the rewards here, you get to choose between these weapons, and I got another polarized fractaline and another Righteous helm. Cool. The first weapon you choose is your pinnacle weapon, meaning that the first weapon that you choose is going to be your max light. So since I'm on average about 960 with a 18 or 19 point bonus with the actual artifact, the first weapon that I pick is going to be the highest, the highest one. So I'm not crazy about the Gallon Charge. I'm really not crazy about the Martyr's Retribution. I have a really good roll of the Patron of Lost Causes already, and I have a really good roll of the Traveler's Judgment already. I have a decent roll for the Infinite Pass 8, but I'm going to go ahead and just grab it. And then, if you wanted to, you could just continuously grab 4 or 3 of the same rewards. But for the sake of variety, why not just try your luck in getting really good rolls of the other ones? So I'll just kind of grab these. And what happens is, as soon as you claim your rewards, you pretty much are done. And with each planet that the specific obelisks are, you can pretty much program, I guess. I don't want to say program. I guess you could say you can program the obelisks to give you the rewards that are in those particular planets. So when I was looking at it, when I was showing you guys the one at the tower, you kind of saw all the ones that I had activated. So let me just quickly go to Nessus to show you what I'm talking about. Nessus actually has my favorite rolls. Nessus has and if you look over here, the obelisk has that, the insignia with the eye, the Osiris thing. And, I can't wait to show you this trophy room, guys. A tribute hall, man, just in a few minutes. So if you go here, I don't think it's on this freaking because, I grinded with my hunter, and I mean I put in work with my hunter. Now the Righteous Helm is pretty good, but my current helmet that I have here, it's the same thing. It's the Righteous Helm. So each of these geared, each of your gear, whether it's the helmet, the gauntlets, the chest piece, the legs, whatever it is, each armor now comes with its own set of perks in the specific armor. So for this particular piece that I have, the Righteous Helm, right, you'll see the mobility is plus 10, plus 16, the recovery, the discipline, right? So each armor has a different stats. So what you can do is you could continuously grind, and you'll get these drops randomly. You'll get them all over any kind of activity. You'll get these drops, right? So if you wanted to tailor your guardian, whether your hunter, your titan, your warlock, if you wanted to tailor it to have mobility or resilience or recovery, you can do that with accentuating each of those armor pieces. And then so this is what you're going to want to do. For my titan, I wanted to highlight resilience. For my hunter, I wanted to highlight recovery. So for my titan, what I did was I kind of catered his stats and I waited to kind of get a better roll with high resilience, right? So this one has about 16. So what you want to do is when you get the armor that you like with the stats that you like, you invest your materials in that armor, and that's how you upgrade the armor with armor 2.0. With the amount of energy that you see up here, so right now I have 7, and each of these mods that you put on each of the armor pieces are worth a certain amount of points. So for this one, I wanted to have a special ammo finder for when I use trace rifles, and then the strength mod to increase my melee what do you call it, my melee recovery. Now I can go ahead and change this to discipline, and then the discipline goes up and then the strength goes down, or I could change it to more mobility, and then the mobility goes up and then the strength goes down. So you guys kind of get the picture. And since we're in the new season, the end of it, which is that little kind of Saint 14 insignia, these have other armor mods that you can attach as well, but these mods are only available on the Dawn armor pieces. So if you see other ones, like for example, I don't even know if I have it. No, I don't. So all of these ones are from the Dawn kind of one, which is fine. So if you see other ones, for example, I don't think I have it here. Okay, so it's the same. But what's really good about getting these kinds of rewards when you get the new armors is you could, again, dismantle them and get and stock up on, what do you call it, legendary shards. That's the name of the game, stocking up, right? So very quickly, I'm going to move to the Syntheseps here. And I'm going to change my subclass to the Sunbreaker Code of the Devastator. That is the mid-tree here, Burning Maw. One of my favorites, and it recently got buffed in the last season. So I'm going to kind of show you, let's see. So this one is really good. Check out these rolls, right? So you've got this new scout rifle, Patron of Lost Causes. You've got this trait called Vorpal Weapon. This gives you increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians with their super active. So if you were very active in PvP, for example, Crucible, Trials of Osiris, which they're going to come back with, or Iron Banner, you could use Vorpal Weapon as one of your tools to knock those guardians out of their supers. And it really, really does work, guys. I mean, I've seen this thing in action, and it is pretty beastly. I'm going to go ahead and just dismantle it because I already have a really good roll that's higher. I do want to show you the Steel Feather Repeater, and then I'm going to see if I have good rolls for this. See, the Infinite Pass is pretty decent, but I love mine with Dragonfly. The Swashbuckler is really cool. You get increased damage from melee kills and kills with the weapon, which doubles as you go. And then, of course, moving target. Moving target for a pulse rifle like this is really important because of the kind of frame it is. It has really, really good handling, but without this moving target, your target acquisition is going to be compromised at best. So I don't really like this roll. I have a better one in the vault. This one is pretty decent too. You've got Grave Robber. Melee kills reload a portion of this weapon, and then again Swashbuckler. I'm gonna delete one because I like the other one. I may keep it. And then let me show you guys this new. Oh, let me show you the Pyroclastic Flow. So my Titan looks pretty cool. See, the Syntheseps do something very specific here. So here it is. Biotic enhancements, increased melee lunge range and improved melee and super damage when you're surrounded. So there is some really good synergy here with the Code of the Devastator. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to switch to the Callus Mini Tool because I really love this submachine gun. To me, it's like just a little bit better than the Recluse. Just a bit. My opinion, you may disagree, and it's totally fine. All right, so this is the Steel Feather Repeater. It looks really cool as an auto rifle, and it does a lot of really good damage. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my thing here. And as you can see, it's pretty steady for the most part. Ooh, look at that. And I already got Feeding Frenzy, and did you see how fast I reloaded? I mean, this really hits. Look at that. That reload speed is redonks. And then with my armor mod that I use for the auto rifle increased reload speed, it does it even better. Right, so boom, got another reload. Anytime I get a kill, I get that good reload here. This is really, and it staggers the crap out of them too, which is really good. Feeding Frenzy and multi-kill clip makes this particular auto rifle DEADLY. Okay, so check this out. Hammer throw. Kill, Roaring Flames activates, Roaring Flames activate, I get the hammer back. Boom, another kill. Grab the hammer again, I got Roaring Flames times 2, right? Then I hit it again, boom, I got Roaring Flames times 3. Now, if I could find the hammer, once I get surrounded, where is it? The biotic enhancement should, oh, there's only 2 enemies, that's why, okay. Those one-hit hammer things are really good, but check this out, I'm trying to get surrounded by enemies. Oh, you're immune, really? You don't get hit by hammers? Okay, cool. Cool. Just destroyed that guy. Look at the biotic enhancements. So you get that once you're surrounded by enemies. Oh crap. Okay, I messed up here. It is what it is. Let me show you guys the pyroclastic flow. Boom. Rocket launcher, cluster bomb, and I got the. As soon as it goes bright, you lock onto your target, and boom. All right. It's not too late for. Oh crap. Man, that reload speed. Even without the feeding frenzy, the reload speed on the steel feather repeater is the boss. Alright, I got my super finally charged here. I'm gonna go ahead and defend my position and give myself a hammer throw. So you get biotic enhancements with having enemies surrounded, and then you get, where is it? Oh damn it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the soupy soup and then wow. So I don't even know how much damage I did, but it was pretty consistent. So oh man, I'm not getting the numbers that I want here, guys. But if you see, as you see, Roaring Flames kind of comes in, it really makes the damage of the super go up. So you don't want to cast this super if you don't have Roaring Flames and you don't have biotic enhancement already there. If you do, you're still going to get good damage anyway, which is awesome, but you really want to capitalize on the buff of the super that they gave with biotic enhancements. Now, I did hear, and this is rumor and innuendo as they say, I did hear that the Worm God Caresses are being buffed because people were really taking advantage of the power boost. So that's this thing over here. I still have it in my menu. So it's right here. And as you notice, it's blocked out. And as I try to use it, it says the item is currently not available. But let's just go ahead and show you what they actually did. So this says that the melee kills increase melee damage for a short time, and then additional melee kills extend the duration and increase effect. So if you had this with your hammer throw that I just showed you, you would be in Poon Town with it. And I think that with the Syntheseps that it does considerable damage. So anyway, let me show you the obelisk here on Nessus. So what you're going to want to do is just interact with it, and there's a few things that you can do here. So this is the main menu, and as you can see, I still have 18,650 fractal lines left here. So the bounties I've already done, and you can collect each bounty either from the destinations or you can collect them at the tower. It's better to do it at the tower, because if you're not, I don't know what else you're doing. This particular planet offers these 3 bounties. So you've got Jack, Queen, King 3, the Patron of Lost Causes, which is one of my favorites, and of course the Traveler's Judgment 5. Now you can enhance and upgrade each obelisk on each destination, and they require a variety of materials. It's either glimmer, it's legendary shards, fractal lines, whatever it is. Play the games, do the activities, and stock up. Then you get these mods that you buy, and these are already in my collection. So each obelisk in the destination has these Dawn armor mods, right? And then I'll just show you what I'm talking about here. So this kind of column that I showed you over here, this is where this comes from, right? A lot of these consume your super meter, so I personally don't like them, so I don't really use them. And I'm still really learning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still learning about them. I'm still kind of getting comfortable, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that it's not good or you shouldn't use it or you should do what I'm doing. Not at all. So here's the cool thing now, right? You can link this sundial, and this link is already active, so I get all the rewards after I do the sundial activity. And then you can actually infuse or donate again your fractal lines to each one, and then you bring up the resonance rank. So as soon as you do that, you'll notice that the resonance rank 26 went up, and then I get an engram, and I usually get a plate, an armor, or whatever. And then if I do it again, it goes up. the rank continuously goes up, and then I claim the rewards again. Then I do it again because I've got more than enough. All right, I'll do it again and again and again. And my whole goal is to basically get each obelisk up. If you get them past 15, you're good to go. I wanted them to get above 30 because the more upgraded your obelisks are, the more rewards you get in the sundial activity. Really take advantage of this, guys. I don't know how long this is going to be around. So if you see this stream within the next few days, you should definitely be capitalizing on this, as a lot of Guardians already have. Okay, so I kind of, I might as well just bring it up to 35. I mean, it doesn't make sense to not do it. And just because, it's a, it's to me, it's a good number. Okay. And again, you can look at what you have. If you don't like it, you could just dismantle it and boom, you've got. So look at the rolls. This one has really, really good recovery, but the other ones, they're really low. Really good recovery, really good intellect. But I'm not sold. This one has low stats, so this one is going to go. Okay, this one I don't really like, so I'm gonna get rid of it, right? So I got 2 armor plates here. This one is pretty decent because it has the mobility and the green and stuff like that, and I can kind of work with it. But I don't really like this particular thing, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Dismantle, dismantle, dismantle. This is absolutely no good. It serves no purpose whatsoever. And these I already have. So let me show you guys another trick here. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to. I'm gonna switch to bottom tree arc, right? This is one of my favorites. Coat of the Juggernaut. I'm gonna switch my leg armor to the Dune Marchers. So the Dune Marchers do something crazy, right? When you sprint, you build up a static charge. This increases sprint speed, and sprinting builds up a static charge. And after melee attacking an enemy, the charge will chain damage to nearby enemies. So here's the kicker here. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. And I'm gonna show you my spare rations here. I'll get to that in a minute. All right, Terran Wind. So this grenade launcher pisses me off because what does it look exactly like? Please take a guess. You guessed it, the frickin' Edge Transit. So these people at Bungie, I don't know what they were thinking with that. With anyway, I digress. All right, this is like the best hand cannon right here. Spare rations is something I just started to do research on. I'm a hand cannon person, and I like my hand cannons to have explosive rounds. But look at the perks on this spare rations. First of all, this spare rations is a 150 round per minute. I put a backup mag to increase the magazine to 14. Look at these rolls. You got Rampage, and you've got Threat Detector. Right? The good thing is that this particular intrinsic perk has a lightweight frame, and it has superb handling, and you move much faster. So check this out. I'm going to go ahead and drop by here. Watch me hit this guy. Boom. And it chains to that person. And of course, with Coat of the Juggernaut, you get to have your infinite punch last a really, really long time. So if you really want to clear some ads, this is the perfect thing to use. And I ran out, but you guys will see what I mean when I go into the next activity. All right, so let me just show you this how really good how really smooth the usage of the spare rations is, right? It shoots very fast, okay? So, quick reload speed. Rampage is already activated because I got a kill, all right? But look how I'm able to kind of just switch here. Look at that, smooth. It's beautiful. Oh, it came back. Wow, that dude was nowhere near me, and that damage, that melee damage chained. But even though I didn't have the melee ability on, it still actually chained the arc damage, which is really, really awesome. So if you guys haven't farmed a good spare rations, and I got this from a random drop from Gambit Prime. I know that they're giving away the spare really good rolls of the spare ration today and tomorrow, up until Tuesday. So if you haven't farmed for this roll, I definitely suggest that you do. All right, but boom, check this out, man. I mean, this is a really good, really good hand cannon. It looks like a paper shooter, but it doesn't have a good look to me. But it's a really good hand cannon. You know, you got the aim down. Look how quickly you aim down sights. This is really good. And to me, it has really, really good handling, and you can see it. If you're a hunter and you have this as your primary, you're going to Pound Town. You're going to be pounding out these PvP enemies like nobody's business. I just punched that leaf. See that? Booyah. Alright, let me take you guys to the tribute hall. Quick point I want to make. I don't know if what I have on my hunter class is going to translate here. If it doesn't, I'll end the stream here. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I hope you guys are learning something tonight. The whole purpose of me doing these types of streams is to really just share the knowledge that I've gained in Destiny. One of my favorite things about this game, and I mean, you know, you guys have seen me play this game non-stop. I've done a lot of streams. But one thing I really, really love about this game is that there's constant learning happening. There's just a wealth of information that this game really offers to players that allows them to continuously get better and improve. And I think that that's just the name of the game. My title looks really cool. Everything is about improvement. So if you look at the stats to the spare rations, I mean, I don't know how to pull out the numbers, but to me they're really high. Oh, good. Praise the Lord. So if you haven't gone to this tribute hall and put some trophies in here, I suggest you do so. This is where I was able to get the bad juju, and the only thing that I'm missing, so right now I have 34 tributes and I need 45 to get the bad juju catalyst, right? So if you get this 690, yeah, so I need more. I need a few more tributes here. So if you get these bounties and you complete them, you get discounts on your trophies. So right here, this is the vault, and this is the vault that you have in your tower, right? So this is really cool. As you can see, my vault is stock. I have 3 pages, 4 pages. Oh crap. I have a lot of stuff. Most of this stuff. Look at all these. Look at all these edge transits. Look at all these twin edge transits here. Why am I keeping these? Why am I keeping that? Delete. 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 Why am I keeping this? The symmetry is pretty cool. They got a new sidearm, a new exotic sidearm called the Devil's Ruin. It's aight. I'm not really crazy about it. That looks like a gun from Blade Runner. It's whatever. I don't really care about it too much. Let me show you here. Actually, no, this is not even what I wanted to show you guys. I'm such a jackass, I know. Let me actually show you the tribute hall itself. So, all these glowing things here, this is what I'm going to end with, guys. All these glowy things here, these are my trophies. So, I'm going to toggle. 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 Notice the threat detector went up. I'm going to toggle. I'm going to toggle. Oh, this one's nothing. Oh, wait. This is something. Oh, this is something. Oh, holy crap. Look at all these enemies. These are my trophies. So the threat detector just went off because that's the intrinsic perk in the spare rations, right? So boom, I got headshots, and then they come right back. So I think this area is pretty fun because you could come here and try out some of your stuff. You could try out some of your weapons. Let me see how this guy reacts to a melee. Oh, okay. Not what I had in mind, but okay, it didn't chain. So let me show you what the syntheseps do to enhance the mid-tree Code of the Devastator here, right? So I'm going to go back to my Sunbreaker class, okay? I got threat detector and biotic enhancements are already there, right? So I also have a shard here, which I can toggle, and it gives me, you guessed it, orbs of light. So awesome. Really cool stuff. If you haven't invested in the tribute hall, please do so. What you're going to want to do, look at that supercharge, that is amazing. What you're going to want to do is you just kind of go to this stupid little mini Callus statue, and the tributes are going to be here. Buy them. Doesn't matter what they cost, guys. The point of you playing the game is so you could stock up on a lot of these things anyway, right? So my super is on. My threat detector is on, and my biotic enhancement is on, right? So, let's see what kind of damage I do with melee, right? So, damn it, I didn't even see it. 14,803. Holy crap. 29,796. Lord have his mercy. Now, throw the hammer. That's 30,000 damage. Wow. Roaring Flames. Throw the hammer. 39,000 damage at Roaring Flames 2. Hold on. Let's see. 50,000 at Roaring Flames 3. Lord. 50,000 on Roaring Flames 3, right? 66,000. Okay, so this is when I want to cast my super. So, boom. 22,000 damage. Lord. So the biotic enhancements are working. And look at how much... Look at the lasting damage. I mean, I turn that knight, and then the flames go to this little ogre thing. 27,000 damage. I'm times 3. 27,840. 35,795. Lord. So, as you can see, guys, this particular subclass received a humongous buff. I love that he steps off the plate and then just lets me attack him. It's great. Look at that. Look how much damage the melee's doing. And then, of course, if you get that continuous fire damage... Oh, if you get the fire damage, you're supposed to get roaring. Oh no, it's supposed to be kills. Once you get the kills and you get roaring flames, you're good to go. All right. So let me just show you this Callus mini tool here. I think this is really, really good. This is a solar submachine gun. So as soon as I get that kill, feeding frenzy. Look how fast I reloaded. It's disgusting. This reload speed is bestial. Even with a really, really strong enemy, I'm just holding down the trigger here, right? Even with the regular reload, it's still, I think, pretty good. And the ricochet rounds really help. I mean, I think that this is pretty bestial, guys. I don't know. Look at that. So you can come over here and test out some of your weapons. You could test out some of your stuff here. I don't know what these things are, but this middle thing, once you actually get a lot of the trophies in here, you'll be able to do this mission. It's called Spellbound. And after you do this, you'll be able to get the bad juju. So they made this really, really easy. So if you haven't capitalized on it, please do so. All right, guys. Hope you had a good time. Definitely leave some subscribes for us. Leave some comments. Leave some likes. Leave some dislikes. I mean, it is what it is. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our other videos. Put the bell button so you're alerted on when we actually do the videos. Thanks for watching. Once again, guys, we can't do any of this without you. We really appreciate all of y'all. So